Alright, people, welcome back. Reporting live from an undisclosed bunker out here in Riverside, California. Your boy Lunatic is here, along with the author of the Rafferty Undead, Eric Moreno.
Moreno is in the house.
Go. Back at it. It's been a minute, you know what I'm saying? But, due to a small pandemic that's been going on, you know what I'm saying? We haven't been able to meet up and reunite, you know what I'm saying, to record the episode. So, sorry for the setback.
2020 has been a real crazy start, man.
Man.
6 months into it, and we already had, a pandemic?
Fires and shit.
Riots.
You know what I'm saying? Aliens and shit. You know what I'm saying? We got aliens.
The government came out with the truth. Even though everybody's known about the truth for a while, but they actually admitted this time about spacecrafts. That's crazy.
They're like, fuck it. We'll just give them the truth now. It's all about the end. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't even matter anymore, dog.
I'm wondering what's next. Like, and then the meteor, what was the asteroid? Did you hear about the asteroid that almost crashed into Earth?
That shit. I was like, God damn it. That's all we need.
Yeah. I think it was yesterday, though, that it passed us, so thank God.
Yeah.
It passed us by, I don't know how many thousands of miles, but I think it's safe to say we'll be fine.
That shit happens a lot, actually, though. Like,
a lot of asteroids?
Yeah, asteroids, they usually come by. You don't even know it. You're like, damn, we could have just died, last week and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Seriously.
Fuck. But, yeah,
the size of an empire building, damn.
Fuck that. That would have killed us. We would have been dinosaurs, nigga. Like, extinct. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm just wondering what the next 6 months holds.
Yeah, we just started. It's June. We still got July and everything else after that, so I don't know.
I read this funny-ass meme. It goes, written by Stephen King and directed by Quentin Tarantino. I was dying, man, because it's the truth.
That's about right, man, because it's so fucking insane, dude. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all we're missing is zombies.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's it. Like, if the news says, yo, zombies attacks or something, like, you know what? It doesn't surprise me.
That's the real apocalypse right there. That's what we're waiting for.
That's all we're waiting on.
I read another one, too. I'll read it to you guys. It goes, the writer's room for 2020 is terrible. You don't put a small earthquake in the middle of a race revolution and a pandemic storyline. Also, you don't just introduce murder hornets in the third episode and then do nothing with them. take a workshop 2020, Jesus.
They just introduced that shit like, all right, we'll forget about that for a little bit. Maybe they'll return, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
When I read about that, I was like, Jesus Christ, that's just what we need now in 2020. Murder hornets.
That makes me not want to hike ever. You know what I mean? I was like, no, never mind. I'll just stay in the car.
And honestly, I haven't seen anything about the hornets at all since I read about it 2 months ago.
Yeah, they hyped it. I was like, oh, murder hornets.
Yeah.
They're gonna kill us all. You know what I mean? But
thank God they didn't. We're still here.
Nah, I just seen something about a sighting. There was some sightings of murder hornets, and that was it. That was the only headline I was seeing. I was like, oh.
Do you remember where the sighting was?
Nah, I didn't read it. I was too scared. I was like, oh no, I don't want. I'm just gonna keep. I have enough scary shit to deal with right now, so.
Yeah, I hear you.
So I don't know.
Well, that's 2020 for you guys.
2020.
In summation, right there.
We're still alive and kicking, so.
Thank God for that.
Yes, sir.
You had told me that you were gonna subscribe to Shudder, that streaming service.
Shutter Island. Nah.
That's a good movie, by the way.
Yeah. Oh no, I did. It was last minute though because I thought I wouldn't be able to because PS4 didn't have it as an app you could download. You know what I mean? So that's how I watch my movies on PS4 and shit.
Okay.
And all my services. But what I found out is through Amazon. It's like an add-on to Amazon, so you could just do that. So it's all good, you know what I mean? It's all good, so yeah.
So you got it through Amazon?
Yeah, I was able to get it through Amazon.
Yeah.
They just add it to, I think that's how they do all their HBO, Showtime, all that shit. You just add it onto your plan.
Do they have different scary movies on there, on Shudder?
I was looking through it, man, but I was, to be honest, I'm a little bit disappointed at the selection. I was like, what the fuck? Y'all need more shit.
So it's like Netflix.
Netflix has better shit.
Well, they have some.
Opinion, you know what I mean?
They need to put better movies on there, though, in my opinion.
They're getting a little bit better. I mean, it depends. It's a licensing issue, I know, so.
How was Creepshow?
Creepshow.
The new ones by... Who was his name?
Actually, I don't know who directed it, actually. You know what? I should look that shit up.
But I think the producer is Greg Nicotero.
Yeah. Oh man, it's I think they have different writers and different directors maybe for each. So maybe Tales from the Crypt, you know how they had different stories.
Oh yeah.
It's a little different than Tales from the Crypt though because it's not like Tales from the Crypt and even in the original EC comics the format was always like a cautionary tale. You know what I mean? Like sometimes they would do a racism tale or something like where a dude who was racist ends up being, you know, black or something, and
Right.
now he has experienced racism and he gets, you know what I mean, or you know they would always flip it like that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's cool.
And
yeah.
so, but this one's not so much like this is just like them just
Scary
yeah,
stories.
just scary shit. Just
yeah.
anything really. I mean, there was a few in there that were like that, but overall, it's just like, you know,
Like
just
the
scary
movies,
shit.
like the original
Yeah,
movies, right?
yeah. It was a lot like Creepshow, the movie, more than Tales from the Crypt. you
Yeah.
know? So yeah, that's what you expect, and it's I appreciate the effort that they put into it, but at the same time, it is a little bit low budget. Like the one I didn't like was the when they had
Yeah.
this little cheap ass monster. I mean, you could have got this motherfucker up in here. You know what I mean? It just moved them around doing some stop motion shit.
I
And
think
it
I know
was
what you're
so
talking
jerky.
about.
Yeah,
Was
I
it the one where it's a little monster and he befriends the,
Yeah.
the skinny guy, right?
dude? It looked like Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, yeah.
Tobey Maguire was on crack. You know what I mean?
And he eats all his enemies or something like that.
Yeah, some of the stories aren't that really clear. Even after
Yeah.
you watch, you're like, what the fuck did I just watch? And yeah, I didn't understand what the fuck that was supposed to be.
Yeah, yeah.
But I was like, whatever. I mean, that was the one where you could just tell. But I was like, y'all shouldn't even made this. It was
No, it
fucking
wasn't.
bad.
Yeah, I seen like the first few episodes.
Yeah.
I thought it was okay. I wasn't too crazy about it, but I don't know if it's because I'm older now, and you know when you get older, things that scared you
jaded.
when you were a kid don't really scare you when you're older.
Yeah. They had some creepy ones. I forgot the exact one, but one was like some of them were clever though. And you get towards the end and you're like, oh shit, that was cool, you know. And then it's
yeah.
stuff like that. I'm pretty sure if you've seen the first one, then you see it was kind of like the blob type thing where the dude.
Yeah, I
yeah,
did
the
see that
first
one,
episode. Yeah, I thought that was cool. They had some cool actors.
That one's good. Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean, dude from
That actor from that movie.
Saw.
Yeah, Saw.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the dude
yeah.
from Saw was on there. That was cool as fuck.
I
was
did like that one. Yeah.
That was like a nod to like classic Universal horror in a way. You know what I mean?
You know, speaking of that episode, that lady in the diner, she serves the kid breakfast or she serves him some plate. I think that lady's the same lady that comes out in that movie, The Creep Show,
I
where
haven't seen Creep. The original is so long though.
oh man, I can't even talk to you about it.
I
Then.
know. No, fuck it. You can spoil it. I don't care. Like,
But for the audience listening,
I'm aware of what's in the movie though.
there's the original Creep Show with the monster underneath the stairs. They have him locked and chained in this big wooden box, and this guy takes his wife, who's just a bitch to him, and she goes down there, and of course she gets eaten by that monster. Anyway, I think that lady that gets eaten by the monster, I think it's the same lady that comes out in this new show.
It might be like a cameo or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I was like, I wonder if it's that lady, but I think it
It
is.
could be, bro.
Yeah.
That one was a good. They had one that reminded me of that that show that used to be on Nickelodeon. Are You Afraid of the Dark? You know, it was on Snick. They would run it like on
Sounds familiar.
Saturdays on late afternoons.
Yeah.
And it was like it has the creepiest intro ever. Like it has like a clown, a little puppet. It's creepy as fuck. But they would always do horror, and it involved kids around a campfire. They would tell these stories, and it was Midnight Club. That was the name of their shit, right? And so yeah, they would just tell these horror stories, and then they would play out, you know, in the show, and they were really cool. And that's what it reminded me of, because it was about these kids that were trick or treating in the Creep Show, in the new Creep Show, and for some reason, every house that they would trick or treat, like the ladies or whatever
Yeah.
that would come were scared of them and shit. Like, we don't have candy or whatever, and like they were about to get killed or something. I was like, what the fuck? Like, why are these kids punking these people?
Yeah.
And it had something to do with the murder of a kid or something, because they had like this other kid with them that was like in a ghost thing. And basically at the end, spoiler alert, you end up finding out that the kids were mostly dead already, like they were ghosts and shit.
Dun, dun,
and only
dun.
one dude was alive or something. Like it was, I was like, okay, that was cool. You know what I mean? Like,
That's a cool little plot
yeah, it's
twist
like a little
right
twist.
there.
Yeah, exactly. So they had a few in there like that, and then some of the other ones I thought were kind of stupid.
Yeah.
They had one that was about it was like retro '80s, but it was cool because it was about like a what do you call that shit? Like that lake monster thing. Fuck, I can't.
The green one?
You know the motherfucker that's in Scotland. That fucking
No, I don't.
that fucking the monster, the sea monster. What do you call that?
Swamp Thing?
I don't know why the fuck I'm blanking out, but anyways, though, it was about this dinosaur-looking monster
Okay.
in a lake, and it was just but it was also something that involved
The creature
kids.
from the Green Lagoon?
No, not.
Oh, man.
It was like it's a real life like mythology thing that's in
Okay.
Scotland. I don't know why the fuck I'm blanking out.
Oh,
Pretty
yeah.
far-
Loch Ness
Loch
Monster.
Ness monster. Yeah, it was
Gotcha.
pretty much that, but it's set in America with like
Ah.
this kids with family, and they had like this fucking bad stepdad. And it was crazy. but it was, it was really adult theme. That's one thing though that I take away from that show. It's like it's really adult theme. Like they cuss, they show kids in fucked up situations. You know what I mean,
Real
getting
life
killed
shit.
and shit. Like yeah. So it don't hold back. You know what I mean. So
So
hopefully in season 2 they'll get a bigger budget.
why? What
Yeah.
would you recommend the audience to watch that, to sign up for the Shudder Streamline?
Oh, that's it. I don't know if that's a hard one. I guess if
If
you're
you gotta
a
think
diehard,
about it,
if
nah.
you're a diehard horror fan, then
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know what I mean.
okay.
Especially if you're a fan of Creepshow, the original ones, Tales from the Crypt, that kind of thing. Then hell yeah. But I don't know, if you're a casual person, I don't think you know what I mean.
Yeah, you're not gonna like
Like,
it.
man, fuck this shit.
Yeah, I think that has a potential though to get bigger. Like Netflix, right? When it first started,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people didn't know about Netflix or weren't subscribed to Netflix.
Yeah.
But now Netflix is blown up, and pretty much everybody I know has Netflix.
Yeah.
So I think Shudder has the potential of being the next Netflix.
They just need more budget.
Yeah.
Because they could do their own shows, like the Creepshow thing. I think that was cool.
Yeah,
They just need like a bigger budget.
they'll get there eventually one day. So if they start their stock, make sure you invest in Shudder now.
Maybe you'll see Wrath of the Dead, the show on there. Maybe
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome. You know what I mean?
That would be cool.
Speaking of which, I remember. Did you check out the Dracula on the Kindle thing?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
original
yeah.
thing? That was so
Kindle
cool.
in Motion. When you sent me that, I was like, man, that's really cool. And then I started
Yeah.
looking more into it, and I'm like, man, what we have to do this for Wrath of the Undead. So what it is it's called Kindle in Motion, and if you have Kindle subscription, you could read books off of there, right? But this, with Kindle in Motion, it has pictures and they're animated. And I think we talked about it, and if you were down to make some some drawings for it.
Yeah,
But,
most
um,
definitely.
But the more I looked into it, I couldn't really find anything that was going on with it. So I sent them an email. I sent Amazon an email, and I told them what I wanted to do. I told them I have a book already out there, and what I want to do is I want to create it with animated pictures. And they replied saying that it's something that's in development, so it's not available for any authors or would want to be authors at the moment, unfortunately. But it's in the works. But I think you asked me the question of what the audience want that, and I don't know. I think it's a good question. I think a lot of people would be split on that. They would. Some people read books to read, and some people read books
Yeah.
to see pictures. So I don't know.
But they're not it's not that many pictures though. Like it's not like every page.
Yeah,
has a
yeah,
picture, so
exactly. It's not.
It's kind of spread out like the way you did it in your book.
Yeah.
You put like the art throughout, and I think that's cool. And but what I thought it was interesting though to see some of the way they did the art in motion. You know what I mean? Like I don't know what kind of
Would
filter or
that be
whatever.
distracting though? That's that's
Yeah,
what I'm
true,
wondering.
yeah.
Like if you're reading something and then on the next slide there's something that's the animation, would that be distracting to what you're reading? I don't know. Maybe that's a question we should ask the audience. Huh?
Yeah. I think it depends on the person. I personally thought it was cool.
I thought it
I
was cool
liked it,
too.
yeah.
Like I wouldn't mind it. Like you said,
Yeah.
it's only like a few pictures here and there.
Yeah.
But if you're like a hardcore reader and you don't want to see any kind of pictures, then maybe it wouldn't be for you. But
yeah.
but I think it's something that's probably gonna pick up later on at a later point. Maybe not now, but it'll pick up later. But yeah, I thought it was a cool feature when I saw
Yeah.
it. Yes, like a few titles that Dracula was one of the titles that's on there,
Yeah.
and some other books I can't remember, but I think there's only like 30 something titles
Yeah.
that are available in Kindle in Motion. But if you have a minute to check them out, I think you might like them. It's pretty cool.
It's cool that Amazon though hit you back though and was able to.
Yeah, I was
you know what
surprised that they actually
Yeah.
replied within the day. They replied to me, so that was cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
And even what's going on in this pandemic, you would think that maybe they don't have that many people working, but I guess they do.
Oh no, I'm sure they do
Yeah.
because the demand is high. I know Amazon is making a lot of money right now. I think all online businesses are making money, and for one, I'd like to thank all the people that bought a tea or any kind of item from my Tea Public store. I appreciate y'all.
Plug.
Thanks for the support. Art of Lunatic. Yeah, no.
Nice. Since we're also plugging in, I would like to thank the audience, whoever bought a book for me, Wrath of the Undead, and it is the 1 year anniversary.
Oh yeah, exactly. It's a 1 year anniversary.
Yeah.
That's what we was gonna talk about.
Completely
Yeah,
forgot.
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
it was a 1 year anniversary, and man, it just seems like yesterday that this book was out there and I published it. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's been a year. Time is flying, dude.
Dude.
It's scary.
On June 9th was I checked the picture of the picture we took that one day at the bar at the
Oh,
party.
yeah,
at
yeah, the
opening-
the book
the release
launch.
party. Yeah. And it was the 9th. I'm like, oh shit, it has been a year.
Yeah,
And then, I'm
that
like,
was a
wow.
fun night.
Yeah, that was a cool night.
I
Shout
got
outs
a
to
little
everybody that came through. You know what I'm saying? Shout outs to Fred. You know what I mean? The whole gang. You know what I mean?
Thanks, guys. Thanks
was-
for
it was
everybody
awesome.
that came out that night. I really appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, one whole year. Yesterday, I finally took a drink of my bottle Blanton's whiskey.
Oh shit, we
Man.
talking about that whiskey.
Yeah, it was so good. And this bottle, dude, I had been trying to look for it for like a few months, and I couldn't find it because it was sold out everywhere.
Mm.
And I had told my manager about it, or my previous manager, not manager anymore. But for Christmas, guess what he bought me?
What did he bite you?
That bottle.
That dude is fucking awesome.
Yes, he is. Shout out to Alex. And I've been saving that bottle since Christmas. I haven't cracked it open, and yesterday was the first time I've cracked it open.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
celebrated nicely.
Whiskey drinker are you?
I am, dude. That's my drink.
Shout outs to The Last Drop, another plug in. They do a whiskey podcast. They always shout me out. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to do the courtesy of shouting them out too. Check them out. The Last Drop, you know, them boys talk about whiskey. They love Japanese whiskey and they love craft beer.
Oh, man.
And they do a very funny podcast. So, you know, if you're into that, look it up on iTunes. The Last Drop.
Last drop.
There you go.
So since we were talking about Netflix, I don't know if you've seen a show called Kingdom.
No, I haven't.
It's a zombie show. It's really good.
I think you told me, but I forgot to look
Yeah,
it up.
it's really good. So if anybody out there that likes, of course, zombies, anything related to zombies, you are gonna love this show. It is in subtitles. I think it's Korean.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know what you're
It's
talking
based
about.
out of
Yeah.
Korea, but I mean, I have no problem reading subtitles. So if you like zombies, you're gonna love this show.
I believe it's
And-
gotten good reviews too.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
got great reviews. I watched, I think it's 2 seasons. Yeah, I watched both seasons already, and they're really good. So I highly recommend you watch that show. I think you'll enjoy it. It has a pretty cool storyline to it. Very unique.
All right.
And I just found out that there's a new zombie show. It's an Indian zombie show, and I just started watching it. I'm like in the 4th or 5th episode. It's okay.
Wow.
Um,
Like
it-
India,
it-
like from
it-
India.
yeah, from
Okay,
India.
gotcha,
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah, Middle Eastern India.
That's
It's okay. The show it's I would say it's not as good as Kingdom, but still, if you like zombies, anything zombie related, you'll probably like this show as well. And it is called, I'll spell it out because I don't know how to say this, Betal. It's BETAAL. So if you're interested in anything zombie, check those 2 shows out. I think you'll like them, especially right now during this pandemic. And if you're not working, well, there are 2 shows that you can watch
plenty of
and
us out there like that.
binge. Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely a time like if you ever want to catch up on all the shows and shit you done missed. Perfect time. All you doing is sitting at the fucking house anyway, so you might as well enjoy some shows. Speaking of which, I did want to talk about something I just discovered like recently.
What did you just discover, my
It's,
guy?
on YouTube, if you like short, scary movies, I found it. I found like some, if you ever heard of shadow people, like the myth of like shadows and shit, like people that have sleep paralysis.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
So
That's
they,
scary
they,
shit.
They've done shit like that, and there was one dude. It was so fucking scary because it was like this lady moved to LA. She's like from Britain.
This is real life.
No, this is like this is like just short stories.
Oh,
that
okay,
they do.
okay.
But it's like short movies. But they ended up. I think it was even creepier than most movies I've seen.
Yeah.
But the premise was basically this lady buys this. No, she didn't buy it. She found a drawer. You know how people leave shit on the side of the road or whatever to pick up.
Right. Yeah.
She just moved to LA, so she's like, "Fuck it, I need this shit. Fuck, I'm not proud, whatever. Throw that shit in the back of the truck, So she brings it, and she like in a few days she just starts knowing like a tapping, like that. When
Coming
she
from the
goes-
drawer?
Yeah, when she goes to sleep and she starts noticing her hangers and shit, like moving and shit, even though she didn't leave them like that.
Creepy.
So she's like, "What the fuck?" And she's
Yeah.
creeping out. And then one of the last scenes is she's laying, and then she looks up and all you hear is, and then she looks up and all you see is the silhouette of like this dude just
shit.
fucking. It's like, and you don't see nothing but just like the figure, the silhouette of
Right.
it. And it was creepy as fuck. And then it just kind of escalates from there, and they just start fucking with her. I'm like, bitch, you need to move or turn every light on in that fucking apartment. You know what I mean? Because there was like shadows and shit.
That
I was
sounds
like,
pretty
it-
good.
it
And
was
that's a
creepy.
short movie?
Yeah, it's a short movie. I'm trying to find it. I found it through hashtag Struggle Nation. Them dudes, they review those type of movies, and I found it through them. And so that's how I was able to know about that. But it was really cool, man. I'm trying to find it right now.
Okay.
But
Well, when you find it, we'll get back to that.
oh man, it's awesome. And even the ending is pretty. I'm not gonna
No spoilers.
spoil it with this one, but it's really clever what they do, and it's like it just kind of like you just see how it escalates to another victim. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
it
I
has, like,
see.
it's pretty cool, man. I was like, wow. It's like it reminds me of like Japanese horror. You know how they have that kind of thing going
Yeah,
on?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was like that. Except
Speaking of Japanese horror, did you ever watch that movie? What was it? The remake of, I don't know if it was a remake or a continuation of The Grudge.
the new one.
Yeah.
I heard
Did you see
about
it?
it. I heard bad things about it.
Yeah, I heard bad things about it too.
So I don't know.
I wanted to see it, but with all the bad reviews, I just said nah. Maybe one day I'll catch it.
Yeah, it's the same thing. I mean, even the original Grudge, to be honest, I didn't find it that scary.
Yeah,
Like, I found, like, I mean, I don't know. I didn't see the original Japanese one. I seen the American remake.
I seen the original. It was good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but the imagery is scary, I guess you could say. But I thought the remake just looked too cartoony.
I
Like,
can't
even
remember
back
who was in the
then,
remake. Was it Sarah Michelle Gellar or
Yeah.
was it her?
That's her. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's her name. Yeah. I don't know how you remember that shit. I can't never remember that.
I had a
girl
crush
name.
on Sarah Michelle
Oh, well,
Gellar.
she was. All right.
Buffy.
Yeah, Buffy. I was about to say that. Yeah, she was on Buffy. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Back
had
in the
I had a
90s.
crush on her. Mhm.
Mid 90s and shit, late 90s.
You
Here's
found it?
another one. Yeah, well, this one's even better. This is called The Jester. And it's like this, it's about this creepy ass dude with a creepy ass, like, it looks like a Joker mask. And so,
What is he, like a serial killer or something?
yeah, it looks crazy, but it's the production value is pretty fucking good. Like, I wish you guys could see it, but if you guys look it up, just look up The Jester, Chapter 3. It's a short horror. I think it's only like a few minutes or whatever, like maybe 10 minutes.
And that's spelled Jester. The
I'm
Jester.
trying to find the original links. Right now I'm looking at what I'm doing right now is I'm looking at the Struggle Nation at their video reaction. I'm trying to get the original link of what they're watching. Pretty much is what I'm trying to do. But look, like
Well,
you can
that's
see,
pretty
yeah,
scary.
he's like,
It's like a Joker mask, but
Yeah.
just 10 times creepier.
and you can't see his eyes, and he's just fucking with people. But he's what's funny about this shit though is this dude gets his girl. Like the Jester ends up getting that girl. Like this dude dressed like fucking Waldo. It's like takes place during Halloween or some shit.
Okay.
It's not this one though.
I haven't
think it
seen
was
this one, but it looks pretty cool.
I think it was this one. It's part 2, I think, the one I'm talking about. But I guess there's 3 parts to it or whatever. And then, so basically he does these weird tricks, but he's just really creepy with it. And he does things like, he'll grab the dude's arm, and the dude's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And he'll grab his knife, and you think he's about to stab him. But at the end, the way it plays out, you're like, that was fucked up, dog. Like, he took his girl and shit. Like, it was... But dude was pretty lame, though. I was like, he deserved it. I'm like, you had a bad one, you let her go like that just because fucking Jester took it from you. Come on, B.
Come on, Jester.
Come on, B. But yeah, man, it's like that's my new little thing right now, man. Like I'm just
Okay.
finding out, cool little horrors. Maybe we can make one. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to invest in some video equipment and shit. You know what I mean? So we might make something. You know what I mean?
I think you talked to my cousin, right, who lives in Las Vegas. He
Yeah.
does videos, like short videos and stuff like that. Maybe we should do something like
Yeah,
that.
we should, man. I do have I've been getting ideas, so it's definitely a possibility. Oh, this is the one. Look, so this chick right now, she sees the Jester. He gets her attention. She's like, "Oh
Yeah.
wow, look!" And she's with her boyfriend. Is dressed as a fucking like, "Where's Waldo?" Right?
That
Just
is,
lame.
yeah.
Just he looks lame. You know
He
what I
looks
mean?
pretty cool to me. I like that suit.
Nah, this dude's lame. If you see the whole thing, you realize why he's so lame. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
But he basically he gets his girl took by this creepy ass dude, man. It's like he just dissed him and shit. Like he tried to shake his hand. The Jester put a cane on, like, here, hold my cane, motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like just dissed him and shit, dude. I'm like, damn, dog.
Cool.
But he is creepy though. So yeah, check this out. What about you got any books or anything like? Anything
No,
you've been working on or anything?
not recently, but if anybody is looking to create a book or publish their own book, as you know, we do have a company called Dark Dimension LLC,
Yes, sir.
and we do publish books, and we're looking for clients. So if you are in the need of a publisher, please reach out.
If it's a sci-fi or horror, title that you're working on, that's definitely up our alley. That's the kind of books we're trying to publish.
Yep.
And we're trying to get out there. So
And if you need an ISBN, of course, we have ISBNs. We'll provide you with an ISBN.
yeah.
And for those who don't know what an ISBN is,
School them. Let them learn.
it is an International Standard Book Number. So it's basically an ID for your book. And there are other places like Amazon that'll give you their own ID number, their own identification number for your book. But unfortunately, with those numbers from that Amazon provides you, you can't use it anywhere else. Like you can't use it at a library, you can't use it at Barnes and Noble. So it's important to have your own ISBN number because that's how you track your book.
Yep.
That's how you track sale records. It has a lot of information about the publisher, the writer, things like that. So it's important to have an ISBN. So I repeat, if you need an ISBN, we do have ISBNs.
That tracks your sales too, don't it?
Yeah, it tracks all your sales, yeah.
That's the same thing with CDs are like that too. Like if you're a music person and you're selling CDs, it's the same thing.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, you get the same ISBN. You need all that, so that's definitely good advice, man. Most definitely.
Yeah, and this is something that I read from the internet, and I'll just share with you guys. The purpose of an ISBN is to establish and identify one title or edition of a title from one specific publisher and is unique to that edition, allowing for more efficient marketing of products by booksellers, libraries, universities, wholesalers, and distributors. So, if you ever ask yourself, do I really need an ISBN number? I highly recommend you get an ISBN number. And again, we have ISBN numbers, and if you need them, please contact us and we'll help you out as much as we can.
DM us, whatever it takes.
Slide in my
email,
DM.
Yeah, holla, 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 holla. But man, you got any like true life scary story? I mean, hey, where you live in South Central, right? Or,
my life is a scary story, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? I should write a story about my life. Maybe that's what I'll do next.
I mean, what you wrote in Wrath of the Dead is kind of playing out in real life, man. You know how crazy it is. Like, you need to write like a happier book with, the solution. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Actually, the funny thing is that Dean Koontz, a famous author, he wrote a book. I forgot the name of that book, but he actually, and I kid you not, he names the disease, and it comes out of Wuhan, which is exactly where this disease comes out on.
Wow.
And a lot of people are like, dang, saying this guy is Nostradamus or something, because he actually wrote, and I saw the page of where he wrote it, and it's in a disease in China from Wuhan. It's like dead on the way Dean Koontz describes it. I forgot the name of that title, but I'll get back to you guys.
We'll just have to look that up for the next time.
Yeah.
That's crazy, though. Just how everything is just playing out. Like, fiction has become reality, you know what I mean? Like, you take all these sci-fi dystopian movies like V for Vendetta, things like that,
yeah,
where a similar thing is going on. You have a virus,
right now,
riots,
yeah.
You have a dictator and shit. Like, what the fuck, you know what I mean? So I feel like we're living in a fucking Twilight Zone right now, dude. Like, it's unreal. Like, I wake up and like, this is not happening. You know what I mean? Like, you're just in denial. And right now, just want to shout out to all my people in New Orleans and Mississippi, South Mississippi. A tropical storm just hit y'all, so I just hope everybody's cool. All my people down there, you know what I mean? Y'all staying safe.
That's where you're originally from, right?
Well, I was raised. I'm originally from Columbia, but I was raised by New Orleans, Biloxi, Mississippi. You know, that whole area, South Mississippi, East Mississippi, or New Orleans area. You know what I mean? So
that's another thing too. Yeah, that tropical storm.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be that bad though. It's the tropical storms aren't too bad. You know, it's just 50-mile-an-hour winds. It's not that bad. You know, I worked during a fucking storm one time, dog, and I didn't even realize it, dog.
That's fucked up.
Like, I worked at a casino, and those casinos are ruthless, dog. They'll make you work whenever.
Damn.
And I didn't even
realize.
Did you paddle?
It, did you have a little? How'd you get to work?
Nah, dude. But my shit was right by the beach, dude. Like, my casino I worked at was Grand Casino, by the way. It was right by the beach, and so I came in, and I was fucking doing some slave job. It was like some dishwashing. They call it steward, but it was terrible. Ask anybody who works there, but the long story short, though, basically I was taking out trash around 8 o'clock. I was like, it's fucking windy as fuck. And I was like, and then I realized, I was like, this is a fucking tropical storm. What the fuck are we still working out here? Because I seen the news in the break room. I was like, what the fuck? Like, why are we still here? What the fuck
why
kind of shit is this?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Dude, like, even when Hurricane Katrina, I worked to the last fucking minute, dog. They made us close, but they made us, like, work to the last day, dude.
That's
and
bullshit.
So like, why didn't you evacuate? I was like, because these motherfuckers had me fucking working all the fucking week. I didn't have time to even evacuate. I was like, they had us like wrapping dishes around and like plastic. I'm like, this shit's going to fucking hell, dude. I don't know what.
What's the point of it?
Yeah, I was like, this is stupid, but whatever.
Damn, that's crazy.
It is what it is, you know. That's history now, ancient history, you know what I mean? But this shit's wild.
Did you feel the earthquake, which was I think like a few days ago?
No, actually,
it was 5.5. It was big
it
enough for you to feel it.
Damn, I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was. I think it was Wednesday or Thursday.
What the fuck? Nah, man, I didn't see that shit. I didn't even hear about that shit.
Yeah, man. I was sitting on my
Cali
couch.
life, man.
It's crazy. I was sitting on my couch and I'm like, oh, earthquake. That's exactly what we need. A fucking earthquake.
Man, we ain't even prepared for earthquakes, man. Out here.
Does it freak you out like when an earthquake comes? Does it freak you out, or you're like
it freaks
used
me
to
out
it?
because I'm not from here, so
oh, that's
never
true.
Used
yeah,
to that shit,
you're not used to it. Yeah,
that shit scares me.
Like if I was in Mississippi, I'd be freaked out from a storm.
Yeah, you'll be freaked out during a regular thunderstorm out there.
Yeah.
That fucking lightning and shit, dude. That shit like shakes the house, dude. Like you think like it sounds like bombs are going off and shit. You know what I'm saying? You can ask my cousins and shit when they used to visit.
It rattles,
like,
huh?
those thunderstorms ain't no joke. Out here, it just, you know, it rains and shit. It's like,
Yeah,
that ain't
yeah.
nothing but water. Out there, it's like tornadoes and shit. Like, it's crazy, bro. It's like, I don't miss that shit
Yeah,
at all.
no, I guess it would be the same thing. Yeah, for me, the earthquakes, it's
That's
no
real
biggie.
hard.
It's scary, but
But
I
no,
guess,
I mean, like, if it's like got, you know, like hardcore, like break shit.
yeah,
You know
that
what I
is
mean?
a trip. I think the last one we had was 7 point something, or I can't remember. I think it was like 2 summers ago. I can't remember
Damn,
exactly,
yeah.
but it wasn't that bad either, too. But this last one, I'm like, Jesus Christ.
It was that
2020 can just get worse. And here it is, an earthquake. And I'm thinking to myself, should I get up the couch? Nah, I'm just going to ride it out.
That's what I said during Katrina. I'm just gonna ride it out.
Yeah,
Then I ended
see
up
what
damn near
happens.
swimming out this
Yeah.
motherfucker. that was what I thought I was gonna die in that shit, dude. Like, real talk, man. Because we had to evacuate my house
That's scary.
because the water kept rising.
So
it was
what
like,
happens if you have to
slowly-
evacuate? Where do you go?
Where the fuck you can? We didn't. No.
To the roof?
My mom's friend was with us that day. Yeah, a lot of people just go to the roof of their attic and that, but it was scary for a lot of people because the water kept rising.
Damn.
And so it was rising really slowly, but at first I thought it was just, you know, it was clogged. The streets were clogged up. Maybe that's what it was, and the rainfall was causing it. But it was rising too fast, and what it was just bayou water. Because we live, Biloxi's kind of like a peninsula, so all that ocean water mixed
Yeah.
with bayou water was just starting to like just
Wow.
come in. I didn't realize it though, and so my mom's friend, he had this car and he had parked it up the road. Like, he was smart, man. He had parked it way up the road, and so we went up there. He got his shit and left to his house, which was by the beach, which I was like, we're going to die. Like, this is it. You know what I'm saying? And all the roads, trees were down and shit. We had to get out the car, take branches and shit off the road
Damn,
to get.
that's
I was like,
crazy.
I'm going to fucking die tonight. You know what I mean?
While
Like, it
the
was
storm
scary.
is going
Yeah,
on, you're taking these
roads,
branches out of the road.
Rocks and shit hit me in my face and shit. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? Like, shit was real, son. You know what I mean? I was like, this shit was crazy, man. But for some odd reason, his street really didn't flood, even though it was right by the fucking beach.
That's crazy.
Like, it was a part-
Was it like maybe elevated?
Maybe that's what
elevated
it
or
was,
something?
bro. Like, even though the water, I mean, that shit was like 30 feet in some places, dude. Like, the what they call it, the storm surge. Because the winds will bring the fucking water, like, you know what I mean? They're so strong that they'll just bring that shit on. And that's what fucked us up. And it wasn't the same as New Orleans. New Orleans was because of the levees. Over in our, Biloxi, it was because of the fucking, just the wind and the water surge was just insane. Like, it knocked houses off their foundations, you know what I mean?
Damn.
Like, it was wild, bro.
Only wild story I've ever experienced with an earthquake was when I was, I think, 5, and I used to live with my parents in an apartment building, and we used to live on the 5th floor. So you can just imagine how
Fuck
scary that shit was.
that.
And I was 5 years old, so it
Damn.
happened like, I don't know, I must have been like 2 in the morning or something, and then it was shaking bad, bro. And I think it was my dad, he just picked me up. I was in my little underwear. And everybody was in their PJs and their underwears or whatever, and everybody ran out.
Wow.
And it was so scary that everybody had to sleep on the lawn. Like, all my neighbors from that building, we all just slept across the street on the lawn.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was that bad.
Wow.
But that's like the only time I can recollect I've ever been scared from an earthquake.
But out here, it's more like the fear, I think, too, is just like fires and gas and all that shit will break out, you know what I mean?
Yeah, too.
Because of gas pipelines. That's my fear, you know what I mean? Especially because it's so dry out here in California.
Yeah.
That's the real fear, you know what I mean? I think that's what happened in San Francisco when that shit happened down there back in the day, like 19, I don't know what year it was, like
Whatever,
30s or
yeah.
whatever the fuck. Yeah, so I think that's what happened there. This crazy, crazy, crazy world we live in. But, yeah, you know what I'm saying? This is going to be the second episode. You want to give them the plugs again, you know what I mean? So, like, if you want to visit our website.
Yeah, or you can just go to Instagram and type in Dark Dimension LLC. That's all one word.
Right.
Dark Dimension LLC. You'll find us. You can send us a DM. Like I said, if you need a publisher, if you need your book published, we can assist.
And this is the Dark Hour Podcast. I forgot to say it in the beginning. But, yeah, this is the name of the podcast.
Wait a minute. You can't edit this?
Oh, I can edit it. But yeah, I forgot. Yeah. Anyway, though, if you just tuning in, you might have skipped some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a lot
it's
of
the
shit.
Dark Hour Podcast. You go on iTunes. What else? Google Music too. You know what I mean? Check us out. Even on YouTube, I've uploaded some. So if y'all want to go on there, wherever, we're there. You know what I mean? So this will be out probably this week. I'll put it out. You know what I mean? So stay tuned, folks. Hopefully, we'll be able to bring you these episodes a little bit more frequently.
Hopefully.
You know what I mean? If we don't die, but we're still alive. You know, I don't think
We're
I have
still
any of the
kicking.
symptoms. I'm not.
I don't have any symptoms,
I'm
so
not
I'm
eating
good.
people alive or anything. I'm not a zombie yet. You know what I mean?
Do you know anybody that has symptoms?
Personally, no.
Me neither.
I know. So was it a conspiracy or not? I don't know. I don't know. I
Maybe
think
we'll talk about.
honestly, I just think it's been a little bit more hyped. I've always felt that way even before this shit. I was like, this is
Yeah, I
kind
mean,
of overblown.
it's kind of dead now. I don't see anything on the news
what I'm
about
saying?
it. It's kind of strange.
The riots have taken over.
Yeah,
that
the
part.
riots just killed the pandemic.
Yeah, but I don't know. We'll see, man. I mean,
COVID-19 said this is just too crazy. I'm just gonna take my bags and leave. But anyways, guys,
Yeah.
thank you for tuning in. I hope you like this podcast, and
yes, sir.
we'll bring you some more stuff in our next one.
For sure. All right, later, folks. Peace.
Bye.